You are Locked On Syracuse, your daily podcast on the Syracuse Orange. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Let's get this out of the way. Syracuse, I highly doubt, because you can never put anything past Fran Brown, but I highly doubt they will be in the quote-unquote sweepstakes for Nico Iamaleava in the spring portal. I think it's a couple of reasons. Number one, I think they're pretty content with Ricky Collins. They just named him the starting quarterback. They got him in the last transfer portal window from LSU. Yes, he's dealing with a hand injury and he did not play in the spring game, but it's not said to be serious. So they seem content with Ricky Collins. And number two, they can't afford him. So even if they wanted Nico Iamaleava and they're like, hey, sorry, Ricky Collins, we know we just named you the starting quarterback, but hey, we did not anticipate this guy becoming available. Sorry, man. Hate to break it to you, but you're going to sit on the bench another year. They can't afford him anyway. That's just the bottom line. So Nico Iamaleava and Syracuse, not going to happen. However, here's the way they still play him. One of the possible destinations for Nico Iamaleava, in fact, I think it's my pick for where he's going to go in the spring portal, Notre Dame. Notre Dame makes a whole lot of sense for him, and I don't think we want Nico ending up there. Regardless of how you feel about him, he is an improvement over what Notre Dame has this upcoming season. Riley Leonard is not coming back. He graduated, and he's probably going to get picked in the NFL draft. Syracuse is supposed to play at Notre Dame on November 22nd. The odds of Syracuse winning that game, I'll be honest with you, we got to take our orange-colored glasses off for a second and just look objectively. Unlikely that Syracuse wins. However, there's always that path of if Notre Dame gets crappy quarterback play next season, then maybe Syracuse could go into South Bend in late November and pull off an upset. But if they get Nico Iamaleava, which I think is definitely possible, that game just got a whole lot harder. Okay? He's an upgrade over whatever Notre Dame has at the quarterback position right now. He would definitely put Notre Dame in the college football playoff conversation if they're not there already. So Notre Dame is certainly a possible destination for Nico. Number three, any other destination for him, quite frankly, does not matter. We can go through the list of opponents on Syracuse's schedule, and for one reason or another, he's most likely not going to end up there, aside from Notre Dame. As you look at the rest of the schedule, definitely not. UConn, Colgate, definitely not Clemson. I mean, they're pretty content with Kate Klubnik. Duke just paid Darian Mensah. SMU, they have Kevin Jennings. Pitt, Eli Holstein. Do they even have the money to afford them? No. Georgia Tech, they're fine with Haynes King. Miami, they just paid Carson Beck. If Miami hadn't paid Carson Beck, I would say Nico could definitely end up there. And Boston College. Pause for laughter. He's not going to Boston College. And then there's probably not, which is North Carolina. North Carolina is the only other team on the schedule besides Notre Dame where I could see a slight possibility for him to go, but they still have Max Johnson coming back from injury, I believe, and they recruited a 4-star in Bryce Baker. So I don't think it's likely he ends up anywhere else other than Notre Dame when you look at Syracuse's schedule. And again, it's because either a team already there has their quarterback on the roster, like Miami, like a Clemson, like even a Duke, they got Darian Mensah, or they just can't afford him. I'm sure UConn would love him. I'm sure UConn would love to have him. There's no way they can pay him. There's no way they can outbid on a Notre Dame or a USC or a UCLA or an Ohio State or Oregon if those schools decide to get involved as well. The only scenario where this would still impact Syracuse is if Nico Iamaleava goes to, I don't know, insert school, let's call it USC, and then someone from USC were to transfer out and then back into the ACC. That could happen, but we'll cross that bridge if and when we get there. The bottom line is that the number one possible destination to look out for as a Syracuse fan with Nico Iamaleava is Notre Dame. Notre Dame makes the most sense. You know they can afford him if they want him. They have the need at quarterback. And if they get him, they're easily in the college football playoff conversation again. And it makes the game for Syracuse a whole lot tougher in South Bend.